Alright you guys, so finally, I can tell you guys now that the FRS is problem free. So I put back the stock fuel pump, and that was the problem. It's the O-ring not being seated. And I heard people say, like in forums and stuff, that happens, it ends up like sucking in air or sending fuel back or whatever. But I guess that's definitely true. So those O-rings were the problems. Stock fuel pump fixed it, so it's been a week now. The car's been driving great, like a stock FRS should. No check engine light, everything else looks good too. Fuel trims and whatnot, it's perfect. So last thing I want to do is take off those pulley brackets and stuff, and that should be it. We can go ahead and sell that supercharger all complete. Also found a windshield washer reservoir, so I'm gonna put that in and get this over with. Okay, so I got this idler pulley bolt thing out here. You guys can see here. I'm seeing things that I wouldn't really do in a car. So there's supposed to be a washer in there for the bolt. I think the instruction calls for that too, like this washer here, right here. It's not even there. So looking at this part here, it doesn't have a washer. So I'm gonna go ahead and I already ordered the part for that. It's like a bolt part with a washer. Also the cover here, ordered that up. Make it as stock as I can. I'm gonna go ahead and put that. Hopefully, gonna go on that next one here. It's gonna be a little trickier, but let me see if the plan I have in mind will work or not. For you guys wondering, here's the part number for the bolt and the washer. That right there, and right over there. All right, you guys. So off camera, it's been a struggle. So I'm gonna try and explain. Took off the belt here by moving the idle pulley there, and since this is an automatic car, I can't just really put it in 6th gear and lock the transmission up because of the third converter. So I had to be creative. So what I ended up using is I bought a rubber wrench thing. Sorry, I'm out of breath because this thing was really hard. Finally cracked it loose. Bought a wrench thing from Harbor Freight here, and as you guys can see, it broke. Rubber piece off. So what I did was took that rubber piece off and put it there, and used this strap wrench thing to kind of figure something out, get it tightened. So the trick is to loop this around, and then have this side loop down here. Maybe I'll show you guys that in a bit. But yeah, as soon as you loop that here, it tightens up and kind of tighten itself up. You gotta play with it. It's hard to explain. But after that, this bar here is actually from my jack that I took off, so worked out nicely because you really do need it. This thing is torqued down really well, like 97 foot-pounds or something like that. But got it loose finally. You guys can see. But yeah. The reason why I can't use a tool is because this pulley right here is a special kind of pulley. Right, there's not really sockets in there. Those are for a bracket here attached to that. So taking it off, well, once I have it off, I can probably just buy a tool to hold that in place and torque it down properly rather than do this thing here. But yeah, had to get creative there. As far as putting everything back in, I did see that there's some kind of Loctite in there. I'm not sure what color though, but I'm gonna go ahead and put a blue one. I know it's red, but it's just blue, kind of weird. But yeah, put that on because this is a part that's probably you don't want backing out, so just in case thing, and then we'll go ahead and figure out how to torque this thing. So that'll be a fun part. But anyway, if I can't, now I have access to those 4 things over there that I can put a tool in and torque it down to spec. So yeah, taking it out is probably the hardest part. Yeah. All right, so here's the reverse order, as you guys can see there. Yeah, so what you do is you tighten it. I'm following the parent instruction here, should be all right. But what I followed is torque it down to 33 foot-pounds, tighten it, and then mark a spot here. And once you mark that spot, go ahead and tighten it to 94 foot-pounds. Alright, so parent states that after torquing it to 33 foot-pounds, put your torque wrench to 95 and tighten it. So once you do that mark there, it should move more than 45 degrees because you're checking for strip bolt. So if it doesn't move, then move more than 45 degrees, then that means, you know, you got to strip bolt, you got to replace the bolt. So keep that in mind. Alright, you guys, so I've started to take out the P3 gauge here, not too bad. All these wires here were just kind of zip tie on the bottom. And then this one right here is pretty simple. You just grab it from the top and basically just pull it out, yank it out. It'll come off. That's about it. Thinking that I should be able to put this in my car and switch out that vent for another one. Because there's a lot of use that I could use this with. So for one thing, it does have its its own kind of boost sensor, so I can get a better like boost amount right over here. That's pretty cool. Also a bunch of connections here that I could probably use for oil temp sensor, or not oil temp, oil pressure, because my Android head unit doesn't really have an oil temperature sensor, so I can use that. A couple more here. I'm not sure what they're for yet, but yeah, all in all, should be a pretty useful thing for the other car. Maybe a couple of these sensors can be actually used for like another AFR sensor. So excited to put that in. See what we got. Go ahead and salvage this and put in the other vent. That one came out really easy. Let's see if I can do that thing here one more time. Maybe not. Might need two hands for this. I think it's coming out. Or not. Oh, there it is. Yep. Just like that. There goes your vent. So you guys can see here. See if it's dirty. Well, my hands are dirty, but yeah, it's kind of dusty in there. That should be it. Plug that in and we have ourselves a P3 gauge.